Hey, how's it going, everyone? Coach Mo here with another episode of the Volleyball Kickback Show. This is going to be episode 17, where we are going to be previewing the match between the Texas A&M Aggie and also the Pitt Panther, the National NCAA semifinal. If you missed the last episode, we went over the match that's going to be against the Kentucky Wildcat and also Wisconsin Badgers. So make sure you go over and check that out so you're not missing anything. And if you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by my little corner of the universe. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and then like the video so it gets out to more people. If you want, you can leave a comment. You can also share it with a friend as well and tell me what your predictions are for not only the last episode, which is going to be again our other national semifinal, but also for this one where we're going to be previewing the Texas Aggies versus the Pitt Panthers. So let's go ahead and hop into the video. First off, the match was wonderful. What I saw from Pitt was heavy hitters. Heavy hitters, nice steady flow to the offense. Okay, not really rattled too much by Purdue. Purdue came up with quite a few blocks. I believe they actually outblocked them 19-13. However, when it came to the hitting percentage, Purdue was actually lower than Pitt. Pitt hit for 349, as to where Purdue only hit for 272. And if you watch the match, you can see which sets Pitt were dominant in, and then the one set that I don't even want to say that they lacked a little bit. A few errors crept in, and that's so that third set. Other than that, it was solid all the way through. Their hitting percentage, and I'll put this up on the screen as well. First set through the fourth set, they were hitting 390. The second set, they were hitting 154, which they still end up winning that set. The third set, 226. That's the one where they were beat, outblocked, made some unforced errors as well when it came to the hitting. And then followed it up, got back to where they were in the first set with a 320. I think they're a great team. I think they're consistent all the way through. Didn't seem rattled, high energy, and just when they got out early in sets, they just continued to steamroll. They continued to just ride the wave. And essentially that's what volleyball is. It's all about momentum. It's all about fixing the change of momentum and just riding the momentum. If I would say anything, the blocking is what really got Pitt. I would say gave them some trouble. But their defense, and you can tell it's a team that prides themselves on their defense, was absolutely beautiful. The amount of second chances, the amount of third chances that they got. The difference is going to be what they can do with those second and third chances. What I saw from the Purdue match was they're getting into these second chances, the third chances, but they're not putting the ball away. Maybe that's because Purdue is a solid defensive team as well. No one expected them to be there, so they literally were just playing with house money. They could go up, they could do whatever the hell they wanted to. Not too many expectations on them. Because that's a beautiful place to be, by the way. You got your keys to the match. You got Olivia Babcock. We knew going into it, we got a national semifinalist. I'm not sure if the results were released already or not, but she hit for 333, all right? 51 attempts in a 4-set match, and she got 23 kills. I will say with her, the amount of power that she has is undeniable. However, the block that goes up against her, and then I would say the predictability, because the Boilermakers were just there. They knew where she was gonna hit. Maybe that was from the scouting report, but it was like she was hitting and they were just there digging. And it was effortless. It was beautiful. If they had the opportunity to put a freaking ball away, this would have been a different match as well. Let me back up a little bit. We got a whole list of crew. Unlike that Kentucky match where I told you it was really like 3 people putting in work for the entire team. You also had Bree Kelly. She hit 417. And I'll put this up there as well. Brooke Mosier, your setter, blasting balls from the freaking service line, ending it with 2 aces. She hit for 500, also had 47 assists. She, to me, was the player of the match. I know you can get caught up in the power and the hitting. That's fantastic. But the facilitating, to not only get it done as a setter, to make sure your hitters are feasting, but to also get your own kills because she's a lefty. And to also get your kills on the service line, she's a triple threat. And picking up a good amount of volleyballs, 7 digs. Other than your libero, who recorded 12 digs, she's the second leader in your dig category. So I'm seeing that she can kill the ball. She's going to assist. She's going to get her aces. She's going to apply the service pressure. But she's also not a defensive liability. Also, you have Marina Pej, number 10. She hit for 323, 14 kills off of 31 attempts. You have Blair Bayless, who hit for 368, 9 kills off of 19 swings. So I'm seeing that it's going to be divvied up. I'm seeing that they're going to put the ball away. So many overpasses came over, so many overpasses put away. I was impressed by Pitt. I was impressed by Purdue. They came out sturdy. They came out steady. They came out with purpose. They came out wanting to be there. Again, you could tell this was a team that didn't have a whole bunch of stress on them being Purdue. And they went out and it just looked like they enjoyed themselves on the court. And I enjoyed watching them. I know I picked up a few people that I'm like, oh, let me go follow them on the Insta. I don't know how Pitt's going to do. 5th time making it to the national semifinal in a row. The issue for me was the blocking. Could they get around the block? Could they do something against the quality block? And that is what they're going to be going up against when it comes to Texas A&M. Let's just take a peek at the team stats really quick. That match against Nebraska, now it was a 5-setter. 30 total blocks. All right, 30 total blocks to 16 blocks. They didn't outdig Nebraska because Nebraska's libero was playing her ass off, picking up everything. Still picked up 54 digs, 9 aces, 12 service errors, so definitely picked up some errors, but against a Nebraska team, you gotta serve hard. These little lollipops, they're not gonna do it. Yeah, block assists, 26. So we're seeing defense. For them to be able to register 54 digs next to Nebraska's 60, and we know the powerhouse that Nebraska is so impressive to me. I told y'all in the last episode that when I saw Texas A&M go against Louisville, I knew that I misspoke and said they would have no problem with Nebraska. When they came out in those first 2 sets, there was so much belief in me because I think the entire year was Nebraska's going to win. They just got to stay healthy. Nebraska's going to win the championship. Nebraska's going to win the championship. And it really was going to take a team that was going to be absolutely physical with them. And Texas A&M came out and was physical from the jump. That's why they came out and won the first 2 sets. Let's look at the hitting percentage. 297, 286, 313 and lost the set. All right? Then 226 and then 286 that ended up in that 5th set. Let's look at the player breakdown. You got Logan Lednicki. All right, 24 kills off of 56 attempts. Now, mind you, I just said Olivia Babcock took how many? 51 attempts in a 4-set match. Logan's taking 56, 24 kills for 250. We got Morgan Perkins, 12 attempts, 5 kills, hitting 333. Kendall Stowers, we got 327. 25 kills off of 52 swings and 16 digs to go along with that. And then you got number 1, sis, I'm gonna mess up your name, Afena, That's I'm fitting to go win this national championship. 10 attack attempts to 6 kills, hitting 600. And then also you got Tatum Thomas putting in that 1 attempt for 1 kill, going 100%. And then you have Emily Helmuth. Sorry if I say your name wrong. 41 attempts, 13 kills, hitting 146. Not the highest of percentage, but what I'm seeing is that this ball is going to be divvied up. Maddie Walk, 63 assists, 8 digs, 4 attempts of hitting, 1 kill. That's not your job to go out there and just absolutely kill, but still, 250. I'll take the hitting percentage. You still contributed. I'm seeing this team is dominant on the defense. You talk about Purdue, and they take so much pride in being a defensive team, but I'm looking at Texas A&M, and I feel like that's the upgraded package to Purdue. Texas A&M, on the other hand, 6 or 7 seniors, a lot of folks are sitting here like, listen, this is our last opportunity. You have purpose, you have poise, you have the expectation, you have the belief that you've gone out there and knocked off the number 1 team in the country for damn near the entire season on their home court. I don't know how much more belief you need to go into the national semifinal to believe that you deserve a place into the national final. Out of these two teams, you got Pitt and you also have Texas A&M. I believe that Texas A&M is going to get out of the national semifinal and make it onto the national final. And I say that because Texas A&M, they show up and they are just dominant. They are just them from the jump. There's no working into it. They're running that faster offense. They're closing the blocks. They're assisting on the blocks. They're digging. Again, if they can put up these numbers against Nebraska, the numbers should be higher for everybody else, in my mind. But that's just me. Tell me what y'all think. I think, the national final is ultimately going to be between Texas A&M and the Wisconsin Badgers. I know who I think is going to win, but that's for the next episode. I want to watch all this play out. I want the oohs and the ahs. I want to be on the edge of my seat before I make my decision, because who knows, they may show me a rotation. They may show me something I haven't seen before. Best of luck to all of the ladies. It takes an entire team. It takes an entire village to get you where you are right now. And I hope that y'all soak in this moment. Again, I wish nothing but the best. I know that Texas A&M and that Pitt matchup is going to be electric. And like I said on the last episode, I believe that Wisconsin Badger is going to take out the Kentucky Wildcat, just simply because I believe Kentucky's offense was a little two-dimensional in the regional final, as to where Wisconsin had options all across the board. So again, make sure that you go back and watch episode 16. It's a short one as well. And please let me know in the comments who you think is going to win this match and also win the entire national championship. And again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and like this, and feel free to comment as well. Again, my name is Maurice. I'm your host for the Volleyball Kickback Show, and I'll see you on the next one, where we are going to preview the then national championship. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you on the next one.